Sorry about that. I was testing it earlier on, and I was using Natter's pack, and it looks like I have forgotten to add the newest question pack into the game. Rather stupidly, yeah. It's supposed to grab it from my host controller class, and it hasn't, because for reasons that I will explain in just a little while. But apologies to that, and if you did get into the hot seat there, I can't guarantee you're going to get in again. So apologies, but I have now loaded in Samster's pack, which is what we should have had there. God, I put it into this new build so it was going to be more stable. It is now definitely Samster's pack, and I will fix that properly before next time. Let's try again. Well, this is all going well, isn't it? That should be able to carry on from there. For God's sake, it's doing this thing again. It did this earlier on. It's a weird thing I need to nail down. We'll try try again. Just all got stuck. Not the computer's answer, this one's my coding. This is very much my coding, rather than the computer. And I don't particularly want a new computer, given I've spent quite a lot of money on it in the last 12 months already. Right. Oh, for God's sake. Some people should be able to join twice now. Where's the problem coming from? Right. I'm going to try this one more time, and if this fails, then I am going to resort to the older version. I'm also going to skip the titles because I think we've all had enough of those. Right. See what happens now. The logic here was move it to a new build and it'll be more stable. Make 3. Very nice. Yeah, if this is still not working, then I'm going to resort to the old version. Fingers crossed. Better, doesn't it? Right, I'll mute the mic again. evening, good 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 evening, and welcome to a fairly buggy start to game night this Saturday evening at the 26th of November. I hope you're doing well. Very well done to Colorblind, who takes the Crossfire victory for the first time in, well, third if you're counting all three attempts, in Hackbox there. Thank you very much to Samster for that question, Peck. Yeah, it's a message from our sponsor, Puzzle Dan, first of all.
What are birds, Ben? We really don't know. That thought flew us by, didn't it?
Good. Thank you for the 19 months there, Puzzle Dan. Hope you're keeping well. And a message from our sponsor, Jers. No message, but just 10 months of subscription. Thank you very much for that, Jers. Thank you for the support. Hope you're keeping well. Welcome to the stream. I'm going to stop that bonus right there. So, here's what happened with Cryptex, not Cryptex, with Crossfire earlier on. Oh, hello. Message from our sponsor, Shadowmane.
Be warned, mortals. My treasure will not be stolen so easily. My Cryptexes will see to that. So says Shadow Common 3.
Thank you for the 100-bit, Shadowmane, and thank you for this question pack of Cryptex that we are just about to indulge in. Yes, Shadowmane, the writer of this Cryptex pack that we've got coming up. Very many thanks to Samster for writing Crossfire and to Toot for proofing, I believe. Yeah, trying out migrating it to Hackbox because it uses what should be a more stable version of Unity. It doesn't seem to be crashing quite so much in new games, and I just sort of have a bit more confidence in it. But I did rather smash that implementation together very quickly this afternoon. Hasn't had as much testing as it should have done. So there may have been some bugs in the feedback. I see the suggestions channel lit up, so I imagine you're going to tell me all about that in there, and I'll look forward to reading that later on. Thanks to Kolo and Atogi for helping me out with some very basic tests of it earlier. Yeah, and then that bug at the beginning is something that is probably relatively straightforward and just to do with multiple lists, but I'll fix that in due course. Anyway, thank you all for playing and your forbearance with that in getting it started. We're already running a bit late. We are 8:30, so we need to open this lobby. If you would like to come and play Cryptex tonight, it's been written by Shadowmane. This one is still in Twitch chat for now, whispering to Persephone's Twitch bot. You need to type in this code. There we go, QJLF, if you'd like to come play Cryptex. We've got Cryptex to start. Well, we have Crossfire to start. We've got Cryptex now. We've got the Escape Artist a bit later on. Let me say good evening to you all. Hello to Tadara and BC, it's Otley under Run. Good evening, Puzzle Dan and Kolo and AB Me and Shapes. Hello to G. Isons and Prugs and Samster and Jogging. To Shadowmane, the writer of this pack, to Nexonator, to Raising the Bar and Dragon. Good evening, Fernando and Sightson and Clive and Jers. To 8 Minky, to Bash, Suzala and Score. Hello, Bips and Pips and Jack and Innes and Snimpson's Angle. To Colorblind LVB, to Fire, to Pyro, to Ondi, to Apodo, and to anyone else who is lurking, loitering and lingering in the chat. You are most welcome to be here. Thank you so much for joining me for this evening's edition of Game Night. Lovely to have you all with us. And okay. Coda just reporting a suspected bug in Crossfire. Just having a read of that. So yeah, so my sort of logic with Hackbox games is that games that are multiple choice suit a Hackbox environment much better than games that are type based, I think, because Hackbox lends itself quite well to mobile phone usage or mobile device usage, which often means you're typing on a screen rather than on a physical keyboard. And I think with multiple choice games, there's something quite cathartic about pressing a button. And if it's A, B, C, D, it's fewer steps than having to type something, of course. And there's less room for error in terms of whispering to the wrong account. I mean, that's going to be a thing anyway. That's still going to be a problem with games that are typed and use TwitchLib. But it's just something to... yeah, any new games that are developing now will all be Hackbox by default. Now that I've got this... in theory, got this system established where it can connect to your Twitch account, so it can still pull in your avatar and validate your pennies and medals and so on. But yeah, Risky Business would be one that would lend itself to Hackbox. Again, largely, if exclusively multiple choice game, so would be very, very good in that environment. But yeah, I mean, what I had to do for Crossfire, I thought it was going to be straightforward, just opening in the new version of Unity and bringing in the Hackbox, the Hackbox library, but it turns out it wasn't, and what you were actually playing on there was an entirely rebuilt version of Crossfire that took me about 2 hours this afternoon to essentially copy-paste transforms onto components in an entirely different project, which is almost certainly not the best way to go about it, but it seemed that would be quicker than trying to finagle around the compatibility issues in the old version of Unity, which I've still not managed to figure out. So when I'm doing stuff from scratch, it tends to be fine, but retrofitting Hackbox is it's quite a daunting task. So yeah, that's something to consider. And yeah, the Windows voice doesn't work in this new version of Unity. I tried it in the new Google App project as well, just as a test with the DLL, and I just can't get it to speak anything at all, which is a shame. There's almost certainly a way around it, and if not, there'll be other solutions available. But yeah, that's why there was no Emily in Crossfire tonight. I'm sure she's fine. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 27 players into Cryptex so far. We're going to get going because the night is wearing on. I could just read out the questions, that's true, but that would maybe then make it not as much of a warm-up game. I like to be able to disappear during the warm-up games if the need so arises. We're going to get going. This is Shadowmane's Cryptex pack. I proved it earlier on. It's I think this is very friendly, actually. I think there should be some quite high scores here. It's a very well thought out pack. There's one or two little slightly more niche questions in there, but by and large it's fairly staple trivia. I think we'll have a lot of fun with it. So if you're ready to play, all 27 of you, let's lock you in. And here are the rules of Cryptex. Round 1 is called Decryption. Every 20 seconds you're going to be presented with an index number and an 8-letter clue. There are 8 clues in total, and pen and paper would be handy, incidentally. These clues will help you crack the Cryptex at the end of the round. The clue and the Cryptex share the same letter in the index position. So, for example, if you're given hopping Australian marsupial, and the number 6, the answer is kangaroo. You need to take the 6th letter of that word and pop it into the 6th slot of your Cryptex. After all 8 clues have been revealed, there'll be a 10-second break. Anytime before the break, you may submit the answer to any of the clues that have been revealed. Each correct answer is worth 5 points. Any incorrect answers or repeats will cost you 1 point. After the break, you need to attempt to crack the Cryptex. You've only got a single attempt to do it. You don't have to have solved all of the clues. You might have a good idea. If you've got 7 out of 8 of them, you might see what it is, because it will be a real word. But you've got just 1 attempt. If you crack it correctly, you get 20 points. If you're incorrect, it will cost you 10. Make sure you're whispering. Yes, you are in time, Lupin. We haven't started yet. Whisper to Persephone's Twitch bot, and I would strongly advise use pen and paper or maybe Notepad++ or something. I'm standing up because I don't have a drink. I'm very quickly going to go and get one, so take 30 seconds just to stretch your legs, and then we'll get going. See you in a bit. Have a good walk. Right. Apologies for that. I just realised this is a self-running game. I can't nip down halfway through. This game is going to go until it's ready. So, Lupine, welcome to the stream formally. A message from our sponsor, Jack.
Ben, the Hackbox says that you're incorrect, even when you've given the correct answer. Just thought you should know. I
appreciate that, Jack. Pop it in suggestions, why don't you? Thank you very much for the 100 bits. Right. Good luck, have fun to everybody. It is 2039. Let's play Cryptex. Starting off with something fixed firmly or deeply into something, like an implant. Not the second letter. All of these will be 8 letters long. Got that? Have a think about it. You can come back to it a bit later on. Next clue, something that relates specifically to the mother of a group. 8 letters long, you want the 7th letter. On to the next, the 2019 Korean movie that won the Best Picture at the Oscars in 2020. You're on the 5th letter. Next clue, 4th letter here, the droid general, who likes collecting lightsabers from the Jedi he's killed in Star Wars. Spelling does count. Car brand which revolutionised automobiles with electrical systems, interchangeable parts, and the V8 engine, among other things. The Latin word for silver, where Argentina gets its name. You want the first letter of this. And the next. An organ in one's abdomen, handy for converting the food we eat into energy. You want the third letter. One more clue for you then. A rice ball whose name translates to little oranges in Italian. 6th letter. There, 35 seems to be the best for Ennis and Riff, or 34 for Riff, 35 for Ennis. Have you got enough letters to crack the Cryptex? It will be a real word. Now's the time to do it. 20 points if you're right, minus 10 if you're wrong. Amnesiac. Something fixed firmly or deeply into something would be embedded, from where we got the M. Specific to the mother of a group, that's maternal, from where we got the A. The 2019 Korean movie was Parasite, from where we got the S. The droid general is General Grievous, from where we got the E. Car brand was Cadillac, from where we got that final C. Latin word for silver is argentum, from where we got the A. An organ in one's abdomen is the pancreas, from where we got the N. And that rice ball was an arancini, from where we got the I. Arancino. Thank you very much, Shapes, for that clarification. That's an oversight. That's the end of Puzzle 1. Samster as well, getting 7 out of 8 there on 55. Innis on 55. Riffs on 54. They're our top 3. Decent amount of scores. Everyone is in positive figures. Be good at a word game. Plenty of time, Bips and Pips. Plenty of time. Next puzzle. Final figurines with big black eyes and comically large heads. 8 letters, you want the 8th. Remember, if you're wrong, you can reattempt them. You can reattempt it. On to the next. Family, portrayed by Dan Castellaneta, Nancy Cartwright, Yeardley Smith, and Dewey Kampman. Just arguably Michelle Pfeiffer as well. At least I think it's Michelle Pfeiffer. Moving on, in Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland remake, this day signifies the death of the Jabberwocky. Something that relates to the earth and soul. The 6th letter of this one. considered James Bond's favourite? 7th letter. And the next, Mozart, Beethoven and Bach are iconic for being this. Topic number 78 on the periodic table. Also the name of a games company responsible for the Bayonetta trilogy. 2nd letter of this element. And games company. Final clue then. Cooking bananas that come from the genus Musa. They are the main ingredient in the Ivory Coast dish Kelawela. Kelaweli, however you pronounce it. On the 5th letter of this. And this is the final clue. Let's have a quick scan. I'm not seeing any full blue rows. Podo and Bits and Pips just at the last minute managing to get a final clue in there. So, have you got enough letters to solve the Cryptex? 20 seconds. 20 points. Minus 10 if you can. And that's your time up. Claptrap was the solution. Funko Pop are the vinyl figurines from where we got the P. Simpsons are the family, portrayed by those people, where we got the P. Frabjou is where we got the A, trickier one there. Something that relates to the Earth and Soul would be Telluric, from where we got the R. Card game considered James Bond's favourite is Baccarat, from where we got the A. Mozart, Beethoven and Bach are all a composer, from where we got the C. Platinum is periodic table number 78, from where we got the L. And a plantain is the cooking banana, from where we got the T. That's the end of puzzle 2, and it's the end of round 1. I went Pop Funko, bad luck there, PC. So Samsa with the lead, a slim lead, 105. Rifts in second with 104. Lupine and Apodo tied up in third with 100 apiece. Close game. We got a lot of high scores going on here. But we've still got 5 Cryptexes left in the game. Let's see what round number 2 brings. Yeah, thank you, Mickey Maggie. Liz Taylor was the voice of Maggie. Why did I think it was Michelle Pfeiffer? Thank you for that clarification, Mickey, in the whisper chat there. So round 2 is combination. Gameplay is identical to round 1, but each clue is now a combination of 2 words. The ending of the first word is blended with the beginning of the second word, and at least 2 of the letters will overlap. As before, you need to take the index signified by the number. So in this case, poke hand of 5 hearts and bar black blank. That would be flush plus sheep. The S and the H overlap to give us an 8-letter word, flusheep. And in addition to that, you need to take the index of the letter marked and stick it into that slot of your Cryptex. Again, at the end, there will be a Cryptex to solve. The Cryptex will be a real word. It will not be a combined word. It will be a real word in the Cryptex solution. And remember, you don't have to solve all of the clues to crack the Cryptex. You might be able to solve half of a clue and not get the answer, but still be able to solve the Cryptex. That is what this round is all about. Very similar to round 1, except we've got a mashup of words. Best of luck to you all. Let's reset the Cryptex. Anytime you like, computer. Here we go then. Fingers on keyboards. Here is the first. Currency of Poland, and American boxing legend with a love for pigeons. 5th letter of this. And on to the next. You want the last letter of this, a branch of mathematics that uses letters to represent numbers. And this Paisley debuted his music career with the 1999 single Who Needs Pictures? Work out one, you might be able to work out the other. Possibly. Have a think about it, might come back to you a bit later on. The Festival of Lights, celebrated by Hindus, and a controversial anime for its gory parts, Elfen Blank. The 7th letter of this. Abba sings thank you for this thing, and the small island being kicked away by Italy's boot tip. The first letter. Michelangelo became this during the construction of the Sistine Chapel, and a trainee at a workplace for a brief period of time. You want the second letter. It can be good or bad depending on one's actions, and the capital city of this archipelago is Valletta. You want the third letter of this mashup. On to the next, the sticky grenade in most Call of Duty titles, and the US state known for the Alamo and their barbecues. You want the fourth letter. Apologies for the erroneous capital T in titles. Right, British city named after a something you wash yourself in, and the number represented by the Roman numeral XXX. You want the sixth letter, this is the final clue, so solve while you can. And that is time up, so 10 seconds to check you're working. Have you got enough letters? Remember, this will be a real word, not a mashup. 20 seconds to solve, 20 points if you can find it, minus 10 if you're wrong. No penalty for abstention, I will add. You see with all 8 managing to solve. Well done if you did solve that. Martyred was the correct answer. The Zloty and Tyson gives us Zlotyson. Algebra and Brad. Algebrad. Diwali and lead, or possibly lied. Musicily. Music and Sicily. Musicily. Painter and intern. Paintern, from where we got the A. Karma and Malta for Carmalta. Semtex and Texas for Semtexas. And Bath and 30 for Bath 30. That's the end of puzzle 3. Lupine and Samster are now tied at the top with 150 apiece. Riff still in second with 147. Apollo now in a clear third with 144. Still very close between these top 6 at the moment. Innis and Dogfish also not a million miles behind here. Let's go on to the next. Starting with animals, most commonly wild ones, or a biblical figure with a famous number, and something that travels towards the right. You want the second letter. No, I'm going for that one. Okay. Something that a ship... Innes has got there. Something that a ship may stop in, and the lesser-known two-headed dog of the underworld. Interesting reverse question. It's very similar to the first one. The other way around. Fourth letter is what you want here. A form of continuous writing with a natural flow, and a particular group of slaves typically made to work for lords on their plots. You want the 8th letter. The diary's got here. Dogfish has got here. Thinking back to another risk up there as well. Tricky one. On to the next. These large-toothed mammals have the densest fur of any animal, and a metal ring on a horse harness which prevents the reins from being tangled. You want the 7th letter here. The holiest of all Muslim cities are found in Saudi Arabia, and you might want to ride this in the desert afterward. The 3rd letter. On to the next. Expressing grief or sorrow and relating to the mind. First letter of this. word for hunter, used for the giant mechs in Pacific Rim, and tiny organisms that can and will infect things and cause diseases. You want the 6th letter. A swampy, marshy land often seen in southern USA, and a marked board designed to talk to the spirits of the dead. On the 5th letter, this is the final clue of this puzzle. And 10 seconds now to check your answers. Remember, the Cryptex will be a real word, not a mashed up word. Can you get there? 20 seconds. Go there for just 3. Maybe have some other clues behind you. Mash up. What a few red lights in this one as well. Tricky board. Although if you solved it, it's lectures. Solutions: beast and stern. Be stern. Porthrus, port and orthrus for the next. Prose and serfs was for the next one, where I got the S. Otter and terret, otteret was the next. Mecha and camel, mecamel. Sounds like a transformer. Lament and mental, lamental. Jaeger and germs, yay germs, yay germs. Bayou and Ouija, Bayouija. And that is the end of puzzle number 4. Trickier board there. I did go Lamental on this one. Lupine's got the lead, 195. Innis now jumps up to second with 119. Samster's in third with 183. These are the 3 to watch as we go to the final 3 puzzles. 7 plus S. Oh, lecterns. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. Very close. So the final round is Cryptex. In this round, crack the Cryptex as quickly as possible. Do not submit answers to the clues, only crack the Cryptex. I cannot stress that enough. The clues will be different lengths, but if one of them happens to be 8 letters long and you type it in, then it will take that as your answer and you will be frozen out. At the beginning of the round, the Cryptex is worth 55 points. Clues are revealed every 15 seconds. Each clue drops the value of the Cryptex by 5 points. Oh, fuck no, excuse me. You've got a single attempt. An incorrect answer will earn you 1 point for each letter in the correct position. So if it gets towards the end, you might as well have a guess, because every letter in the right place is still worth some points. Only 3 Cryptexes left in the game. So just solve the clues. Don't type them in. Just solve them on your pen and paper and take the index letter that you need as quickly as you can. Solve the Cryptex as quickly as you can, and as soon as you think you've got it, try and crack it to take the points in the bank. Good luck. The category is economics. I wouldn't recommend trying to solve yet. But you do you, BC. You do you. For 50 points there. Unless you're on a phone or tablet, this is probably what you're playing Cryptex on right now. This is 8 letters. Do not type this answer in. Just note down the 8th letter of the answer and put it in your slot. For 45 points, known as a halo or nimbus in English, a ring of light or brightness that surrounds someone or something. 7 letters long. You want the 7th, working backwards through this word at the moment. And on to the first now. The only brass instrument that uses a metal slide to change pitch. 8 letters. You want the first. Do not type in this answer. Just note down the first letter of it. For 35 points, seen in Time magazine's top 100 gadgets of all time, this light turns on and off with the clap of your hands. 7 letters. You want the 4th. 30 points, a famous Latin dance or a dip that goes well with nachos. 5 letters, you want the 5th. Podo's the first to solve, picking up 30 points. Well played, that man. Got to 177. For 25 points, the complete absence of any clothing whatsoever. 6 letters, you want the 6th. Sightson's got there as well, now up to 111. A full Nelson indeed. Dogfish has got there for 25 as well, as has Clive, as has Itsotley, as has Samster, as has Dragon, as has Fired, as has Bits and Pits. Lots of souls coming in now for 20 points. Something that helps to relieve constipation. 8 letters, you want the third.
You solve this one may be a very big clue for you.
15 points, final clue. Nikon, Canon and Panasonic are known for making these. 6 letters, you want the second. This is the final clue, so if you haven't worked it out yet, type what you've got. 1 point for each letter in the right place. 10 points if you can crack it now. Gotta whisper it, colourblind. You've gotta whisper it. It's taxpayer. Taxpayer is what we wanted. Computer is probably what you're playing on right now. Oriole, or Oriole, is the halo. Trombone is the instrument that changes pitch with a metal slider. Clapper is the lights on, lights off gadget. Salsa is the dance and the dip. Nudity would be the complete absence of any clothing whatsoever. And a laxative is something that's going to help you to relieve constipation. And a camera is what Nikon, Canon, and Panasonic are all famous for making. Lupine with the lead. 55 back in the bank. The category for the next Cryptex is a weapon. Itsotley's giving it a go, hasn't gotten there. Wow, 8 Minky has for 55 points. Top man, very well played. 50 points available now. Though they are similar to lizards, this creature's skin is moist and porous. 10 letters, you want the fourth. Puzzle Dan's also getting there for 50 points. That's a big play. Very well done. This archangel preached the news of Jesus' birth in the Nativity. 7 letters, you want the 7th. 45 points available now. Shapes picking up those 45, as is Jogging, as is Samster. Very well done there. A Run also picking up 45. Dogfish 45. Early Souls going in here for 40 points. A certain Mariah, who you may or may not hear singing that All She Wants for Christmas Is You. 5 letters, you want the first. Awful lot of Early Souls coming in here. 35 points. One of the ancient Greek nymphs who shares their name with a soft drink brand invented in 1985. 7 letters. And for 30, the total of something that cannot be changed after the fact. 8 letters, you want the 6th. 30 points available now. And for 25, Tadari's getting there. This comic book superhero has been played by Adam West, Christian Bale, and Roger Craig Smith. 6 letters, you want the 3rd. Jack getting there for 25. Lupine's got there for 25. Abyssinian, Bengal, and Sphinx are a few breeds of this household pet. 3 letters, you want the 2nd. 15 now. Local city in South Carolina and an upbeat jovial dance named after it that incorporates slapstick and guilty motion. 10 letters, you want the 8th. Last chance to solve. 10 points for solving now, or 1 point per letter in the right place. Tips and Pits, Dragon, Colourblind, Stimson's Angle. Worth a punt. Dragon, you're going to give it a go? It's a catapult. Well done if you got that early. A salamander is the similar to lizard. Gabriel was the archangel. Carrie is the Mariah. Calypso was the ancient Greek nymph. Absolute was the total of something. Batman was the comic book superhero we wanted. Cat was the Abyssinian, Bengal, and Sphinx. And Charleston is the South Carolina upbeat dance. One more Cryptex for you. 55 points for solving on the category of health. Just from the category, I guess, not a cat. Dogfish going for broke and striking out. Bad luck, you are frozen out. 50 points available now. The famous road used by Eurasian traders until the 15th century. 4 letters, you want the 2nd. Ape. Oh, sorry, yes, ape. Pyro Pygmy giving it a go and missing. 45 now. The letter H in the NATO phonetic alphabet. 5 letters, you want the 5th. We're taking a punt for the medals. Yeah, got to be done. Samson has got the lead, but it's not a big one. Innis in second with 250. Lupine in third with 240. Fire's giving it a go for 45. Missing. 40 points available now. Pyrocumulus clouds can be seen when these erupt. 7 letters, you want the first. Innis is tied up with Samson. Samson's wrong as well. Lupine, it's yours for the taking. 35 in the jackpot. You've got at least 4 clues before you need to make a go for this. For 35 points, this NASA probe, along with its twin, have been monitoring the outer solar system for 45 years. 7 letters. Samson's currently in gold medal position. No one has solved it yet. For 30 points, to do the complete range of something is to run the blank. 5 letters, you want the 4th. Shapes is the first to solve, picking up 30 points, and Lupine has got there for 30 as well and takes the gold medal, stealing it away at the end, moving up to 270 points. Very well played. 25 available now. Famous Looney Tunes chicken with the last name Leghorn, known for saying stuff like, boy, I say boy, in a country drawl. 7 letters, you want the 7th. Coloured dark green on the tube map, this London Underground line connects Upminster to Western London. 8 letters, you want the 8th. 20 points available now. When I saw it was going to rock, I should have waited. We live and learn, Samster. 15 points now available. Comedian O'Brien, who hosted Monk the Week of Robot Wars Revival Series. The last clue of the game. 4 letters, you want the 3rd. Boy, I say boy, I've never heard such a thing. And 10 points for solving now. 1 point for every letter in the right place. Might as well give it a go. Remember, points equal pennies in this game. As the game draws to a close. The solution was virulent. The Silk Road is the one used by Eurasian traders. Hotel is the 5th in the native phonetic alphabet. Volcano is what you get from pyrocumulus clouds, or when you see pyrocumulus clouds. Voyager is the NASA probe. Gamut, to run the gamut of something. Foghorn was Foghorn Leghorn, the famous Looney Tunes chicken. The district line is dark green. And Dara was the comedian. That is the end of the puzzle, the end of the round, and the end of the game. And it's a steal at the end from 3rd place up to the top. The Lupine one takes the gold medal, 270. Samster, a very respectable 2nd place with 256, and Innis picks up 3rd and the bronze with 253 for everybody else. Thank you very much for playing. Your points will be converted into pennies and added onto the total. And Not a Cat, Silent Marine, Dogfish, and Bass. Ass Backwards, welcome to the stream. Good to have you with us. Hope you're well. Good game all round, and thank you very much to Shadowmane for that question pack. It was a fairly high-scoring game, I have to say. So my prediction was somewhat correct, I think. And hope you all had fun playing Cryptex. Pause and catch my breath for a minute. It is an intense game on the air. It is a very intense game, but it was a very nicely crafted pack. We're grateful to Shadowmane. How I made 6th, given I kept feeling like I've forgotten English. 205 is a good score, Shapes. You should be very pleased with that. We started at 20:39 and it's now 21:08. So this game lasts almost exactly half an hour, which is good to know. It's a very intense 30 minutes, but it is 30 minutes nonetheless. And yes, very many thanks to Shadowmane. Those pennies and medals will be added on when the credits roll. I'm glad everything held together. I'm forever worried that everything is going to break. And a message from our sponsor, Silent Marine.
You found the Cryptex, but can you escape with it?
Nah, indeed. So, thank you for the 100 bits, Silent Marine. And also a harbinger of our next game, The Escape Artist, Quiz Prison, which is coming up after the break. And you're in for a treat because it's been written by Now Cut That Out. Toot himself has written a pack for The Escape Artist. It's been proofed by the wonderful Colo as well, who assures me you are in for great treats. So do stick around, coming up after the break. Still running from Twitch Lib for now, not a Hackbox game, though Escape Artist is probably going to be, if I do migrate anymore, the Escape Artist would probably be next on the list because it now holds the title of oldest game still running in its original format, I believe. Everything else has since surpassed it, with Google that in its latest incarnation, undergoing some changes. So, yeah, the Escape Artist is now, in its present form, the oldest game that we still play. I think that's followed by The Purge, which we played on Tuesday, I think. But it's the Escape Artist next. It's been written by Toot. You are in for a treat, so don't go away. We'll be right back after these credits roll. Thank you again to Shadowmane for that pack, and congratulations to Lupine on taking the gold medal, our Cryptex champion. See you in a minute. They are beautifully sad, the credits to that game, aren't they? So, if you are not subscribed, then you're going to see some adverts, but don't worry, we won't start the next game without you. In the meanwhile, take yourselves a Cryptex bonus, Cryptex 44, if you would like a Cryptex bonus. And, yeah, all will be well. I'll play a few adverts. Enjoy the funk if you do have a subscription button, and don't go away, because after the break we've got Toots, the Escape Artist pack, coming to you on Game Night. Don't touch that dial, we'll be right back. to the Escape Artist. WFDP if you want to come and play. Decided I needed to stand because I was trying to set lotus position on my chair. I've turned out the light so that it doesn't look like I'm glowing, which is helpful. And yeah, welcome. Quiz Prison, as written by Toot. You want to come and give this a go? Type in the code WFDP. Sort my microphone out. That'll do. That'll do. Now I can lean as well. 25 of you in so far. This has got anytime entry of a fashion. If you join after the lobby locks, then you'll only get to play in the background audience game, which will just give you a set penny rate. You won't actually be able to be involved in the escapology of the rest of the game. Just in that, going absolutely nowhere near, suggesting what that stands for. Yeah, I can only think of rude things now. William Friedrich Dietrich Poulenc. Well, I'm mixing German and French there. Yeah, I've not brushed my hair. I washed it only about half hour before coming on, so it's all like... It's lovely and soft, but it's yeah, it's getting tangled. So I don't put a band in or a hair tie when it's wet. Apparently, you're not supposed to. Not quizzing is one of the rules, quite possibly. Win 40 dozen pennies. 40 dozen, that's quite a lot. So what'd that be? 480? My mental maths isn't that good. What's 40 times 12? Yeah, 480. 40 dozen. I'm not quite sure how I managed to work that out. 4 dozen. Hello, Mogra. Welcome to the stream. Long time no see. Hope you're keeping well. Welcome on in to The Escape Artist, as written by Toot. Welcome, welcome. 48 seems more sensible. I don't know. Well, 480 is not entirely without precedent. That would be for The Escape Artist. Right, I'm going to give it 2 more rounds. We've got 27 players in so far. 2 more rounds of the panning. I'll get that for the right profile ready. And then we'll get going. There's 1. Well-funded dinosaur parties. Yeah, that's good. Like that. Skypes, welcome to the stream. Joining us just in the nick of time. 28 players in. Hope you're keeping well. Amplified's coming to join as well. Prime. Ah. Prague is kind of... I was like, oh, you're in the Czech Republic. It's just whatever I hear people talk about another country, I assume it's the one place in the country I've been to, completely forgetting, of course, that countries are, you know, like the UK, there are different parts of them. It'd be a bit strange. It's like, oh, you're from the UK? Have you heard of John? It's like, maybe? Right, I said 2 more, and I've now done 3 more, so I am going to lock it up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We feel duly petrified, I hope you do. Let's lock you in. So, welcome to The Escape Artist. You can join the game at any time by whispering your answers to Persephone's Twitch bot, but you won't get one of these nice shiny podiums. These are the reserve of the players who are in, the 29 players who are now looking to escape from Quiz Prison. In this first round, Initiate, you are looking to answer 5 questions correctly. Once you have answered 5 questions correctly, you will not be able to answer any more. The amount of points that you get for these questions are represented by the question values up there in the top left-hand corner. First question in this case will be worth 7, the next will be worth 2, and then 6, and then 10, and so on. The amount of points you get is roughly indicative of the difficulty of the question. So the more points it's worth, the harder the question is, in theory. You've got to decide which 5 you're going to go for. You can go for as many as you like, as long as you're right, but once you're beyond 5, you cannot answer any more. Energia and Curse2 can welcome to the stream. Additionally, you've got 3 little green lights in front of you. If you get a question wrong, you will lose a life. If you run out of lives, you are eliminated permanently and immediately from the game. If you do not answer 5 by the end of the round, you are eliminated permanently and immediately from the game. If it becomes impossible for you to answer 5, for example, if you haven't answered any and there are only 4 left, you will be eliminated from the game. You're trying to take through as many points as you can into the next round, but also... Hello, yeah. But also, trying to take through as many points as you can, but also you don't want to leave yourself with questions that are... Is it raining? Questions that are too difficult that you can't answer. So we've got a couple of difficult ones early on and a couple of difficult ones at the end. So very interesting spread of points on this first round. Whispering your answers, as always, to Persephone's Twitchbot answers typed in public chat will be deleted by a moderator and will not be processed by the game. Very best of luck to all of you. Make your decisions as to what you are going to play. Question number 1 is worth 7 points. Have a look at this. In wine tasting, the 4 S's are sip, see, swirl, and what else? (19 out of 29 attempting that one. The correct answer is... smell. Smell, sniff, smelling, or sniffing. While there are variants, including a 5S version with savour included, any version not including smelling the wine would be a bit weird, which is why spit has been disallowed, and likewise swallow, not going near that. With a barge pole. So spit, 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 swallow, spit, scent, and spit. Scent. Toot in the chat. I'm inclined to allow that. Yeah, I'm glad we're of one mind. What a question to start off with, really set the tone of the game. Jack, yes, scent we will allow. Give you 7 points there. I'm not going anywhere near that. Let's light you back up. A few players losing a life there. Still got plenty of lives intact. We go on to question number 2. It's worth 2 points. Have a look at this. Barge fold. Question 2. What was the name of the mascot for the not-so-great Kellogg cereal, Tiger Power? 2 points. Question becomes, when you see an easier question, do you attempt it or do you leave it and try and get more points with later questions? Answers coming in from 3 players which are correct, but unfortunately out of time, so will not be allowed. The correct answer is... Tony the Tiger. Also would have accepted Anthony there. His full given name. Frosties is the alternative cereal. I think that's what it's called in the UK, Puzzledom, but not the mascot, I'm afraid. You're going to lose a life on that one. Tony is the right answer. Let's light you back up. Moving on to question number 3. This one is worth 6 points. Think carefully if you want to play it. Have a look at this. Anthony Tigerman, yes. The Chinese art of penjing, meaning tray scenery. It's a Chinese version of which more famous traditional Japanese art form? Of you attempting that out of 29. Silent Marine answer received out of time. It was the wrong answer anyway, you'll be relieved to hear. The correct answer there was bonsai. Tray scenery being your clue there. While they are not identical, they both involve taking care of small trees. And incidentally, they weren't great, but they were supposed to be a healthy alternative to Frosties, apparently. Lots of players going for origami there, which is not the right answer. Bonsai with a Z has gotten through the spell check of their opponent. Sumi-e, origami, 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 and origami. I'm afraid are all incorrect, and you are going to lose a life. Bad luck. Let's light you back up. So, as we come up to question 4, no one is yet one away because we haven't had enough questions. No one is yet going to require all, but we have got a couple of players down to their last life. Pips and Pip and Puzzle Down. One more incorrect answer, you will be eliminated from the game. Remember, answering is not mandatory, so if this question comes up, it's 10 pointers, so it's going to be quite hard. If it comes up and you don't know, you can sit it out without penalty at this stage. Anyone wanting to try it for 10 points, here is question number 4. And 2, welcome to the stream. Beginning with U, what word follows Britannia, the title of a 2012 book written by Liz Truss, Kwasi Kwarteng, and other Tory figures? pack I wish I was playing because I actually know the answer. It's Sotley, that is the right answer, but it was out of time. Suzala, wrong answer, out of time. The answer we're after the 8 players who have attempted it was Unchained. Untied from Brand New Halo, United from Arun and Lupine, and University from Tadira. All are incorrect answers. Britannia Unchained is what we wanted there. I nearly went Unleashed. No, I said Django Unchained. The Britannia Unchained is what was the one I actually did know the answer to that one, which I was playing. Well done if you got that one right. Let's light you back up. You have got problems, Vips and Pips. You have indeed. No one yet won away. No one yet requiring all. However, we've got 4 people on their last life. Brand New Halo, Puzzle Dan, Tadira, and Bips and Pips. One more wrong answer, you will be eliminated from the game. Good luck. Question number 5 is worth 5 points. Take a look. In the common name of the baseball star Cy Young, Cy is a shortened form of which meteorological word? Out of 29 attempting this one. Sarcospace and Nodacat, they have been received, but they were out of time, unfortunately, so they will not be processed. They were the right answer. The correct answer was Cyclone. Cylon and Cloudy are wrong answers. Jogging, is that a keyboard error? Or were you thinking Cylon is something meteorological? I'm trying to decide how generous I'm going to be with that. It's almost in the right ballpark, but not quite. I feel that missing C in the middle could be problematic. What were you aiming for there, Jogging? Jogging, you with us? If you're going to plead the 5th, then I will take it as a wrong answer. Of course, you may have latency. I'll take it as a wrong answer then, Jogging. Pork trade routes, yes indeed. Hello, Skullcamp. Right. Saying 5, I think when Crit does no thinking it's 5 letters. Yeah, bad idea playing these games back to back. I'm not going to allow that, Jogging, if you're not going to mount a defense for it. So Cyclone was the right answer there. No one due for elimination, so let's light you back up. You meant Cylon, okay. Can move on then. Just wanted to check. It's always nice to check, give people the benefit of the doubt. Innis becomes the first player to go light blue, meaning he's 1 away. 1 more out of the next 5 questions, Innis, and you will escape. Do you go for the 1, the 4, the 8, the 3, or the 9? Choice is yours. If you require all 5, not a cat, Puzzle Dan, Suzali, you've got to give me 5 out of 5 correct in order to get through to the next round. And if you're on your last life, Brand New Halo, a run, Puzzle Dan, Tadira, and Bips and Pips, 1 more wrong answer, and you are out of the game, so tread carefully. Good luck. Question number 6, it's the easiest of the bunch. I was saying sailor. In theory, the easiest of the bunch is worth a single point. Have a look at this. Known for giving millions of stolen money to the needy, the bank robber Vasilis Paleokostas has been called the Greek version of what arrow-slinging British folk hero? Almost all players attempting this on 25 out of 29 giving it a go. Just 4 sitting it out. The correct answer was Robin Hood. Ronnie Hood from Pyro Pygmy. Were you aiming for Robin Hood there, Pyro? And everyone clapped. Captain Sir Tom Moore. You have to whisper it in this. Pyro, did you genuinely think it was Ronnie Hood? I'm inclined to give you the benefit of the doubt on that one. But I'll wait for you to... I've been panicked, and yes, I tried Robin, but the head went wrong. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt on that one. I can see what you're getting at. Pyro Pygmy. There we go. Condone. It's close. It's phonetically plausible enough for me that it's close enough, and so you're being honest. I gave Jogging the same opportunity before as well. So it's a sea of green there. Everyone who attempted it getting it right. Very well played. Let's light you back up. Still just Innis, who is 1 away. Any of the next 4. And he's through to the next round. If you need all of them, 3 of you, not a cat, Puzzle Dan, Suzala, you must give me all 4 of these remaining questions in order to survive. If you're on your last life, Bips and Pits, Tadari, Puzzle Dan, a run, and Brand New Halo, 1 more wrong answer, and you are out of the game. Question number 7 is worth 4 points. Have a look at this. One of the 5 women to be featured on American Women Reporters in 2023, Edith Kanakoli, was born in which US state for 4 points? Out of 29. G. Eisen, Not a Cat, Mogra, and Energia answers all coming through, but out of time. And only one of you, though, gave the right answer, and that was Mogra, who did give the right answer, but unfortunately out of time. Correct answer was Hawaii. Hawaii. Cy Young, incidentally, was born Denton Young, but took up his more famous moniker a little later on. And I haven't got anything to add on this other than the apostrophe in the name may have been a bit of a help for you there. Hawaii is what we wanted. Wrong answers: Ohio, Washington, Texas, Georgia, and Kansas. All wrong answers, I'm afraid. It does mean we have got one escapee, but we've got some players who are due for elimination. Unfortunately, Not a Cat, Tadaru, Puzzle Dan, and Suzala. It is no longer possible for you to progress, or you've run out of lives. Thank you very much for playing, but it's the end of the road, and it's lights out. Innes, the first to go dark blue. You have escaped into the next round. Innes, very well played. You cannot answer any more questions in this round. You will take your 27 through to round 2. If you want away, ABME, Riff, Shapes, Lupine, Samster, Ape, Jack, and Fired. One more correct answer out of the remaining 3 to get a place in the next round. An 8 point, a 3 point, and a 9 point. If you require all 3 of them, Skypes and G. Eisens, you've got to give me 3 correct answers in a row or you'll be eliminated. And if you're on your last life, Halo, a run, and Bips and Pips. Tread carefully. Question number 8 is worth 8 points. Have a look at this. Published in October 2022, which British actor wrote The 12 Dells of Christmas? Out of 24, exactly half of the remaining players attempting that one. Puzzle Dan and Brand New Halo answers received out of time. Puzzle Dan, you're half right. You got the first name right, but not the surname. Brand New Halo, that is the right answer, but unfortunately received out of time. The answer was David Jason, Del Boy, innit? 8 Minky going for Del Boy. It does ask for the actor. Del Boy was the character in question, but unfortunately can't accept Del Boy. But worth a punt, I suppose. Everyone else who played that one getting it right, quite a few have escaped. Unfortunately, G. Eisens and Skypes, it is now impossible for you to escape. See if I could jog my mind out, I couldn't. It is now impossible for you to escape. G. Eisens and Skypes, thank you very much for playing, but it's the end of the road and it's lights out. 5 players have now escaped. Shapes, Lupine, Jack, Innes, and Samsa all through to round number 2. They'll take their points with them. Shapes currently with a lead of 34. If you want away, you're light blue and flashing now. Either of the next 2, the 3-pointer or the 9-pointer, will get you through to the next round. If you require both, you're orange and flashing now. And if you're on your last life, as ever, tread carefully. Brand New Halo, Ape, a run, and Bips and Pips. Question number 9. It's 3 points. Is it worth going for it now or waiting for the 9-pointer? Good luck. Have a look. Yes, I think you can, Lupine. The infamous website nuderaider.com contained a patch that allegedly allowed users to remove the clothes of which video game heroine. Out of 18. Just 2 answers received out of time. Bips and Pips, Puzzle Dan, and Mogra. So yes, it does look like you can continue even if you've been eliminated. 2 of them were right. Puzzle Dan, it's not Mario. The correct answer was Lara Croft from the Tomb Raider game. And yes, I think they tried to ban it a long time ago. I was only about 8 when that game came out. Lara Croft was the right answer. Very well done if you've got that and picked up 3 points. Anyone due for elimination this question? Bips and Pips, yes, unfortunately because your answer was out of time, it is now impossible for you to escape. Thank you very much for playing, but it's the end of the road and it's lights out. Lots of players have now escaped. 15 in total. AB Me, Arun, Stimpson's Angle, Riff, Shapes, Lupine, Prugs, Jack, Jogging, Ape, Innes, Samster, Clive, BC, and Fired. And Riff Coon, welcome to the stream formally. Seeing your name flash up over there. 15 players are through. 7 players still left in live play. They're orange, and they're going to require this 9-pointer in order to make their place, or to get their place in round 2. Brand new Halo, still on his last life, has been for some time. Bit academic at this point because you need to get this one right either way. Good luck. Question number 10 is worth 9 points. Have a look at this. Pau da Açúcar is the Portuguese name for which mountain? Three players just out of time. Answer still coming in. Pyro Pygmy, that was the right answer, but unfortunately it was just out of time, so unfortunately it's not going to count. The correct answer was Sugarloaf Mountain. Sugarloaf Mountain. Sugarloaf on its own I am inclined to accept. So it's Sotley, Sugarloaf. Yes, we can condone that. Where's the math question? Sugar Hill. I think Portuguese with Ben. Yeah. I don't think we can allow it, Apodo. I'm really sorry. I don't think we can let Sugar Hill go through. So it is going to be elimination. Sugar Hill, yeah, Rapper's Delight. That's what I was thinking. Hey, it's Sportsy. Welcome to the stream, my dude. Hope you're well. Do not accept that. It's very much a gag guess. Yeah, I'm assuming açúcar comes from the Spanish for the Portuguese for sugar. And I've just spotted insert Ben's rant about the Tories here for question number 10, which you didn't get. You'll be relieved to hear. So unfortunately, Apodo and Cyclespace failed to hit their target of 5, and they're going to be eliminated along with Mogra, Pyro, Brand New Halo, and Dragon. It's impossible for you to escape. Thank you very much for playing, but it is the end of the road, and it's lights out. If you have been eliminated that round, do feel free to continue in the background game. You still get pennies. I think you get 5 pennies for every correct answer you get. So there's still another 100 pennies up for grabs over the course of the next 20 questions potentially. So do continue playing even if you have been eliminated. Middle row massive indeed. So very well done to the 16 players who have escaped that round. AB Mia, Run, Stimpson's Angle, Riff, Shapes, Lupine, It's Sotley, Proves, Jack, Jogging, Ape, Innis, Samster, Clive, BC, Amplified. You're all through to round number 2. Let's go there now. Round 2 is Core Sustain of the 16 remaining players. Their points have been carried through and their lives have been reset. Something I should have added, you get an extra life for every life. An extra point for every life that you had left at the end of that round. For every life you've got left at the end of this round, you'll get a bonus 2 points. But you've got to hit that target first. Here's how it's going to work. Every question of the 10 in round 2 is now worth 5 points. The objective is to hit the target of 51. This has been set by the highest scoring player plus 15. That's We Like Shapes on 36, which means even the highest scoring player must get 3 questions right in order to hit that target. Your lives have been refreshed, and as before, if you get a question wrong, you lose a life. No penalty for abstention. If you run out of lives, you're eliminated from the game. For every life you've got left, as I mentioned, you get a bonus 2 points at the end. The difference is in this round, once you have escaped, you may continue answering questions in order to increase your score at 5 points a go, but remember, you lose those bonuses if you're wrong, and you can still be eliminated even if you have escaped if you run out of lives, so bear that in mind. Some of you have got more work to do than others, but everyone, it is possible for everybody to hit that target of 51. And if you're playing along in the background game, still 5 pennies for every question you get right, so do by all means join in if you want to check out the scores in the background game at the moment. Lupine and Samster on 35. This is what your penny count is going to be, incidentally. AB Me, Jackson, Shapes on 30. Clive, Fired, BC, Riff, Ape, It's Sotley, Stimpson's Angle, Proves, Innis, Silent Marine, Jogging, a Run, all on 25. Brand New Halo, Pyro Pygmy, Dragon, Curse 2, Canapoda Nuevo, Mogra, Psychospace, Tadara on 20, Bips and Pips, GIs and Sklipes on 15, Energy on 10, Susanna, Puzzle Down and Not a Cat on 5. And if you're just joining us now, you can join in with this game by whispering your answers to Persephone's Twitch bot, and pennies will be granted to you. 5 points a question then. Good luck. Round 2 is Sustain. Here's the first. Referring to Gorbachev's policy regarding Warsaw Pact states, the Sinatra Doctrine is so named due to which of his songs? Last minute answer coming in there, just 6 managing to get in. Few answers coming in late, including Mogra's, which was correct but received out of time. 6 players getting attempting that question. The correct answer was My Way, New York, New York. I mean, it could be if we was going for an American ideal, but yeah, no. My Way was the answer, coined by Gennady Gerasimov to describe the process of allowing Warsaw Pact nations to essentially do their own thing, i.e. their way. Don't pack it anchor. That's not a song by Frank Sinatra. Order! Very well done. If you got that one right, you got yourself your 5 points. Let's light you back up. Go on to question number 2 for 5 points. Have a look. Fair enough. Question 2. In 1998, NATO distributed 50,000 copies of which authors of the Snitches and Other Stories in Bosnia and Herzegovina? Out of 16 attempting that. Curse 2 correct answer, but I'm afraid received out of time. The correct answer was Dr. Seuss, in an attempt to spread tolerance among Serbo-Croat speakers. Lemony Snicket and Lewis Carroll are wrong answers. Jogging and Jack, you're going to lose a life. Everyone else was correct. Let's light you back up. So we go on to question number 3. No one in range of that target yet. Shapes are still 10 points short. Question number 3 for another 5 points. Have a look. Lucas the Sharpshooter and Max the Daredevil were Magic the Gathering cards created as part of a crossover with which TV series? Out of 16 attempting that one. Few answers coming in, but out of time. All wrong, you'll be relieved to hear. Correct answer was Stranger Things is what we're after. More obvious clue would have been Eleven the Mage or Chief Jim Hopper. Supernatural, Walking Dead, The Simpsons, Supernatural, and The Walking Dead. All incorrect answers, I'm afraid, and you are going to lose a life. Well done, everyone who's gone green, getting yourself another 5 points. Let's light you back up. So, no light blue yet, but we have got a couple of require all. Jogging on 20, AB on 17. You do need to answer all 7 of the remaining questions in order to escape this round. And we've also got Jogging and Ape on their last live, so do tread carefully. One more wrong answer, and you are out of the game. Question number 4. Have a look at this. What name, shared with a Minecraft enemy, was given to the first recognised computer virus created in 1971? Shapes, the player who started with the advantage, is the only one to sit this one out. The correct answer is the Creeper. Everybody who attempted it getting it right, getting another 5 points, one step closer to escaping. Very well played. Let's light you back up. We have got some light blue now. Jack and Samster, you're one away from escaping. Remember, you can keep answering after you've escaped, but you do still risk elimination. And, of course, those bonuses for any lives you've got left over. Could be very useful. AB, me and Jogging, you're still requiring all of the 6 remaining questions. And Ape and Jogging still on your last life. There's a Creeper. Disallow Creeper. 3 in a row, I simply not know. Fair enough. That's how it goes. We'll go on. Maybe you'll know this one, Shapes. Question number 5 for another 5 points. Have a look at this. Named Armando and originally from Belgium, what breed was the most expensive bird ever sold at auction? Just 5 out of 16 attempted that, so answers coming in after time, all of them wrong. The correct answer was, it was a pigeon. A sausage question indeed. Nobody laying claim to that one. Yes, he was a pigeon. Most expensive bird ever sold. I've got a link to a news article here. Belgian bird Armando, who turns 5 this year, is retired from racing and is fathering chicks. So it was a racing pigeon. Racing pigeon rather than a homing pigeon. Unfortunately, Jogging and AB me, it's impossible for you to escape. There aren't enough questions left to hit that target. So thank you very much for playing, but it's the end of the road and it's lights out. So Jack and Samsa, 1 question away. There's still 5 left in this round, so plenty of time for them both. Not for Stimson's Angle, though. You do need all 5 of the remaining questions, and you're on your last life, along with Ape Minky. Good luck. Question number 6 coming up for 5 points. Have a look at this. What three-word advertising slogan was inspired by the last words of the murderer Gary Gilmore? There's your time. No late answers on this one. 13 out of 14. Again, just shape sitting it out. The correct answer was Just Do It. Just Do It. Where's the beef? I'm loving it. Ho, ho, ho. Goodbye. And be the best. All incorrect. Yeah, Gilmore's final words were let's do it, which provided inspiration for the ad exec Dan Whedon. The slogan for Nike. Just Do It. Well done if you've got that, and we've got our first escapees I'll talk about in a minute, but unfortunately, Stimpson's Angle, you have exhausted your last life. Thank you very much for playing, but it's the end of the road, and it's all lights out. Famously swooshed to death. Where's the beef? Great answer. It's also a wrong answer. Jack and Samsa, very well done. You're the first through to the next round. You can still answer questions, but do beware, you can still be eliminated if you run out of lives. And don't forget those bonuses you get for any lives you have left over. No one won away, everyone requiring at least 2 from this point, but there are 3 players who need all 4. A run, fired, and BC. You've got to give me 4 correct answers in a row if you want to escape. A few players on their last life now. Ape, Clive, BC, and fired again. Tread carefully, 1 more wrong answer, and you're out. Good luck to you all. Question number 7 for 5 points. Have a look at this. With a name 1 letter different from a soccer technique, what cricket term, named after Nat Skyver, refers to the ball passing through a player's legs? Six out of 13 attempting this. I'm seeing some interesting answers coming in late, arguably wrong answers, but I have a feeling the spell checker's going to give it to you. We'll have to wait and see. The correct answer is Natmeg. And, oh, I'm relieved to see that everyone who has got that one right has indeed gone with Natmeg. I was seeing a few nutmegs coming in, which I was worried may very well have slipped through the spell checker. But no, Sutmeg was not what we were after there, I'm afraid to run. But it's also good to see that Sutmeg... no, that's because it's 2 letters different. So, Jesus. Yeah, no, Sutmeg is not what we wanted there. Natmeg was the correct answer. Had you said nutmeg, it probably would have condoned it, and I'd have had to get you to do the gentlemanly thing and fall on your sword on the next question. Mithers, welcome to the stream. Great to have you with us. Hope you're keeping well. It does mean, unfortunately, BC fired and a run. It is now impossible for you to escape. Thank you all very much for playing, but it's the end of the road, and it's lights out. Still just the 2. Jack and Samster on 58 shapes. Is still 10 away with only 3 questions to go. Doesn't need all 3, but does need 2 of them. Lupine and Innis, 1 more will pass you, get you through that crucial barrier of 51. Still got all 3 lives intact. Proogs, Ape, and Clive, you do need all 3 of these last questions in order to progress. And Ape and Clive on your last life still as well. Sutmeg was a signature cricket move of Peter Sutcliffe. Oh, dear me, Jack. Dear me, dear me. Right, question number 8. Another 5 points available. Good luck. Here is the question. Set in 1830s New York, the novel The Pale Blue Eye by Louis Bayard features which moody, real-life author solving a gruesome murder? Out of 10, giving it a go. Puzzled Dan and Riff Raccoon, answers received out of time but incorrect. The answer was Edgar Allan Poe. This is what I'm going to absolutely ruin some tourist day. Oh, lovely, Clive. Agatha Christie is wrong. Arthur Conan Doyle from both Shapes and It Softly were wrong. Only Ape Minky getting the right answer there. Edgar Allan Poe. Very well played, Ape. It does mean, Proogs, it's impossible for you to escape, and Clive, you've exhausted your last life. Thank you both very much for playing, but it is the end of the road, and it's lights out. 3 players have now escaped, Jack, Samster, and Lupine. With 2 questions left, Samster and Lupine are guaranteed into the next round, even if they attempt both these questions and get them wrong. Jack could still knock himself out if he chooses to attempt both and gets both of them wrong. Remember the bonus points for every life you've got left. Innis needs 1 of the remaining 2. has got all 3 lies if he can, and he's on a theoretical score of 56, so he will be on 61 if he answers 1 question correctly and doesn't get any more wrong. But he has got to get 1 more question despite just being 1 point short of that target. For everyone else, it's Sotley, Riff, Ape and Shapes. You must give me both of these questions correctly in order to escape the round. Very best of luck. Question number 9. Have a look at this. The iconic horror film Ginger Dead Man 3 Saturday Night Cleaver is primarily set in which decade? Seven out of 8 attempting this one. I think just Jack sitting it out. Incidentally, Edgar Allan Poe will be played by Christian Bale in an upcoming Netflix adaptation. I think I would quite like to see that. Kurz-Tuken, that was the right answer, but received out of time, I'm afraid. The correct answer was the 1970s. It's slightly going for 1990s is not the right answer. It's obviously a pun on Saturday Night Fever, a well-known 70s disco film. Well done if you have managed to work that out. And Samster and Lupine taking the risk, having already escaped, to increase their totals. Innes becomes the 4th player to escape this round, but unfortunately it's Sotley. There are not enough questions left for you to hit that 51. Thank you very much for playing. It's the end of the road, and it's lights out. Hey Disco, welcome to the stream. Yes, we did. You have been summoned. And it's Sotley has been eliminated and locked in forever. Thought it was about Sue Cleaver. Well, here's where we're at. We've got 7 players left. 4 of them have escaped, and 3 of them are poised potentially to do so if they can give me a correct answer to this question. Lives are a bit academic at this point. Everyone who has already escaped is guaranteed into round 3 now, even if they attempt this question and get it wrong. Riff, Ape, and Shaped, if you can give me a right answer here, you are through to round 3. If not, we have to say goodbye. Best of luck. Here's question 10. Very lame Candyman. The singer Chubby Checker got his stage name from a parody of which other popular musician's sobriquet? Riff and Shapes just getting an answer in the nick of time. A couple of right answers coming in a bit late, including from G. Eisens and Disco. Right answer, but out of time, so it's not going to count, I'm afraid. The correct answer was Fat Domino, and Ape Minky getting the right answer. Chase, Buddy Holly, and Stubby K are not the right answers. Innes had already escaped, just chancing it in the hope of getting an extra 5 points. He's going to lose 2 from his bonus, but he is still through to the next round. Unfortunately for Riff and for Shapes, who set the target for the round. Shapes coming in with the advantage of 36, has set the target too high for himself and wasn't able to escape. Unfortunately, it is now impossible for Riff and Shapes to escape. Thank you for playing, but it is the end of the road, and it's light out. Which means that we are left with just 5 finalists. In the middle row, Jack, and a little cluster here, not socially distancing, Ape, Innes, and Samster. And up in the top right there, the Lupine one. You have all hit the target of 51. You are all through to the final round. I just realised I haven't moved Samster over to the far right today. He seems to be behaving himself today, so we can leave him where he is. I could socially distance him by moving in as someone, but I'm not going to do that. For every life you've got left, I'm going to give you a bonus 2 points, and then I'm going to reset those lights and tell you what they mean as we go. So the target is always possible. Yeah, I know I did school. But it just meant that Shapes set that target and didn't get through. That was all I was remarking on. So, that's the end of the round. Let's go to round 3. Round 3 is Survive, which is what you 3 now have to do. Jack, Ape, Innes, Samster, Lupine. Samster with the advantage of 69, Ape on the back foot with 53. But in this round, your luck can change very, very quickly. Just before we go on, quick look at the scores. Those are your penny counts, what's going to be paid out to you in pennies at the end of the game. As you stand at the moment, Lupine on 70, Samster on 65, Ape and Jack on 55 in the top 2. Give you a minute to scan down that if you want to see where you are. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 20 on each column. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that means there's been 33 active players over the course of this game, which is very gratifying. So, in this round, you'll be shown a question. The first player to answer correctly will freeze their points at what they stand and start a countdown timer on everyone else, which is shown up in the top left-hand corner, 1 point per second and a half, up to a maximum of 10, which is what you'll all lose if nobody answers it. The only way to stop your clock is to answer the question within 15 seconds. If you do, your clock stops at the moment that you answer. And everyone else counts down. If you fail to get the right answer, you'll lose the maximum. If no one answers within 15 seconds, you all lose the maximum. If you run out of points, you are eliminated from the game. The green lights are no longer lives. These now signify refires. You may attempt every question once for free. Thereafter, if you are wrong, you will be pinged back by the bot immediately, and you can reattempt the question. However, every reattempt will cost you a refire, and one of those lights in front of you will go out. If you use up all three, it means from that point on, only your first answer will be accepted. And so yeah, use them wisely. Sometimes they can be good if you think you've made a calamitous typo and it hasn't been passed. Sometimes they can be useful if you've got it down to a choice of 2. So if you need them, they are there. The last player standing, when we get down to 1 player left, that person will be declared the escape artist. If we get that far, there are up to 10 questions. After 10 questions, if we've got more than 1 player left, the player with the highest score will be declared the escape artist. Slightly different rules for question 10, which I'll explain as and when and if we get there. Good luck to all 5 of you, and good luck if you're playing in the lobby. Here is question number 1. Name for the largest city in a neighbouring African country, which 1938 Charles Boyer film was a direct inspiration for 1942's Casablanca. Jack has started the clock. Innes is right behind. Everyone else's clock is on. You must give me an answer to stop your clock. Lupine is in and wrong. Ape is in and wrong. Refire is available. Sam's not even going to attempt. Tangiers and Cairo. It's Algiers, Lupine. You were very, very close, but unfortunately not close enough. Algiers is what we wanted there. And Jack preserving a score of 62 and taking the advantage of Samsa, who loses 9 points rather than 10, which is interesting. That's probably off by 1 error or something. But Samsa down to 60. Jack goes into the lead. Samsa with 60, Innes with 59. Lupine 56, 8 with 54. Let's light you back up. Question number 2. Bessie Anderson Stanley's 1904 poem Success is considered the source of which 3-word motivational phrase, much associated with wine mums. Innes starting the clock. Samson right behind. Apes after that. Lupine was wrong. Jack has stopped his clock. Lupine refire is available. To use his refires. Vino Veritas. Good guess as any, especially with wine there. No, it's live, laugh, love. Eat shit, die. Jack. No, that's not the button I meant to press. Order! I meant to press that one. Lived, laughed, loved would also have been said. In the form of he has achieved success, he has lived well, laughed often, and loved much. Also, Charles Boyer's character Pepe Le Mocco was also the direct inspiration for Pepe Le Pew on that previous question there. Well done if you have got that one right. Let's light you back up. Very close. Innes just takes the lead by a single point ahead of Jack and Samster, who are on 58. Innes on 59. Bit of a gap down to Lupine on 46 and Ape on 42, but still plenty of questions to go. Last point, where the drain rate is 1 point per second and a half, up to a maximum of 10. After this, it will increase. Good luck. Question number 3. Have a look at this. In country music, what vehicle follows Heart Like Her and precedes Yeah in song titles by Lainey Wilson and Tim McGraw respectively? Lupine starting the clock here. Innes and Samson are wrong. Ape has got there now. Refire is available for Innes and Samson. Jack's wrong. Samson's got there on a second try. Innes has got there on a second try. All eyes on Jack now. Who's not going to reattempt? Truck was the answer we wanted there. Innes going for train first. Samson going monster truck. Yeah, it was question over whether or not we should accept that. What vehicle follows Heart Like a and precedes Yeah? I think it's Yeah, truck, yeah, and Heart Like a truck rather than monster truck. So I don't think we could allow monster truck. It was specifically truck. Cadillac was not the right answer either there, Jack, but worth a punt, I suppose. Well done. If you got that, let's light you back up. All change again. Innes and Samster now tied at the top with 52. Jackson second with 48. Lupine 46 and Ape 39. Gap closed somewhat between first and last at the moment, but the drain rate goes up now, 1 point per second, up to a maximum of 15 as we get to question number 4. Good luck. Here it is. The Antisocial Network by Ben Mesrich covers the 2021 short squeeze of which stock? Innes getting there. Jack is right behind. Lupine's there now. Ape and Samster clock's still on. Ape's going to go on a refire. Samster's going to refire this one. He is, and he's also wrong. Samster originally going for Facebook and then Wall Street bets it was GameStop. Short squeeze of GameStop. Yes, you might think the Antisocial Network, because Facebook was covered by Ben Mesrich in The Accidental Billionaires, I believe. That was about the creation of Facebook. But the short squeeze of 2021 was about GameStop, one of the biggest stories of the earlier part of 2021, I believe. Innes starting the clock there, maintaining his 52. Samster losing the maximum. There was a different GameStop question in my last pack, so consider this an homage. And Truck Yeah being a hilarious parody of the popular expression, fuck yeah, from that previous question. Brand new Halo, welcome to the stream. So, again, let's light you back up. As that drain rate is a little bit higher, the scores might start to fall out a little bit more. Innes has got the lead now with 52. Jack's on 47, Lupine 42, Samster 37, and 8Minky 32. Goodness me, factors of 10 between you. 52, 47, 42, 37, 32. Yeah, 5 points between you all, as it happens, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. The strategic to make us all 5 apart. I'm sure that was the real reason behind it all. Question number 5 then. 1 point per second lost after the timer is started. Good luck, here it is. Which program on the 2022 Rolling Stone list of the top 100 greatest TV shows of all time was primarily set in the town of Ujungu? Lupine is there. Innes has got refires available. Samster's got refires available. Not getting there though. Jack's attempted is wrong, so's Ape. Refires available if you want to have another go. And it's Lupine who manages to swing it back in his favour with the correct answer, MASH. 8Minky going Lost and then Love Boat. Innes going Squid Aim and then Squid Game. A typo, unfortunately, costing him another refire there because Squid Aim wasn't the right answer, but neither was Squid Game. Samster going for Roots and Jack going for Dallas. All wrong answers. I don't know if you're mixing up Oahu, which is where Lost was primarily filmed. 8Minky possibly where that's coming from there. Similar-ish sounding name, maybe. Very asterisky play. It was a very asterisky play. Fortunately, it did accept either MASH with or without the asterisks there. Well done, Lupine. Let's light you back up. As we come to question number 6, the last one where the drain rate is 1 point per second. And Lupine has now got the lead on 42. Innes moves down to 37. Jack 32. Then a bit of a jump to Samster on 22 and Ape on 17. Ape, Innes, and Samster have only got 1 refire left. Jack and Lupine still have all 3. Good luck. Here's question 6. The podcast Fallen Angel tells the story of which US clothing brand? And you can try once for free. Nobody getting there. Victoria's Secret was the answer. Victoria's Secret. A few answers coming in out of time. Samster was one of them, but unfortunately that message received just out of time. The clue is, of course, Victoria's Secret Angels. Abercrombie and Fitch was the wrong answer, as was Gap Lupine. So, a bit of a dramatic shift in scores, and just as we increase the drain rate, let's light you back up. But the maximum is now 20 points, which means 3 out of 5 of you are going out on this question if you don't get the right answer. 8Minky on 2. 8Minky's pretty much got to start the question because it's now 1 point per 0.75 seconds. If 8Minky doesn't get the question right first, he's got about 1.5 seconds to get the right answer in before he's eliminated. Similar story for Samster over here. He's got about 4.5 seconds to get the answer in if he's not the first to answer. Both of those players only have a single refire. Jack Wilfred, despite being in third place and with 3 refires, if he doesn't get the answer, he will lose all 17 points. Innes will hang on with 2 points if he doesn't get it, and Lupine will hang on with 7 if he doesn't get it. High stakes on this question. Good luck to you all. Here is question number 7. I'm going to try catapult strats. You have got 1 refire, right? Because of the lack of commercialization, which European capital's only time as an Olympic host city has been described as the last real Olympic Games. Innes is starting the clock. 8 Minky's out of points. Samson's got to get in fast. He's out of points. Jack has got the right answer. Lupine is still looking for one. He's attempted one. It is wrong. So is that one. Wasn't Brussels, wasn't Berlin, it was Helsinki. Jack Wilfred originally going for Antwerp, requiring Helsinki on the refire there. Very well done. 8 Minky saying tooted. Not the right answer. Unfortunately, 8 Minky, you are out of points. Oh, it's all hotting up now. We're down to just 3 players, and 2 of them are in that danger territory where they could be eliminated immediately. But that's for the next question. For now, 8 Minky and Samster, thank you very much for playing, but you're out of points. It is the end of the road, and it's lights out. Three questions left. Innes is on 22. He's going to be hoping to see these 2 players off before we get to question number 10, which will require an answer to stop the clock. It won't just lose points. The clocks will stay on if we get to question number 10. 1 point per 0.75 seconds, up to a maximum of 20. So Jack and Lupine, if you do not find an answer here, you are going home. Good luck to you all. Question number 8 is... Downing Street was named after a man with what first name? Wrong answers there. Refires available. Not that one. Innes has got there. Pressure's on now. Lupine is out of time. Jack has got 1 refire. He needs to get an answer in here in order to survive. And he's out of points. Imagine Jack going out on a politics question.
Pain.
It's George. George Chicken. Jack actually did get the chicken bit in there. Chicken was his first answer, but we were after the first name. Lupine going for Albert, and then Stuart, and then Michael. Jack going for Chicken, and then Robert, both of which were incorrect. Imagine it not being Ben. George Downing, what are the scores? Incidentally, after the Helsinki question, it's typically considered the last Olympics without widespread doping. Yes, Sir George Downing, 1st Baronet, was the answer we wanted there. I think it was 10 Downing Street was named after the Chicken Man, possibly. But that's the way it goes. Jack and Lupine, you've given it a good effort, but after 28 questions, you've run out of points. It is the end of the road, and it's lights out. So 28 questions later, there is one man still standing. He has got 22 points. He's still got 1 refire and wasn't even in the danger territory. He avoids the sudden death question 10 and gets to escape in one piece, all on his own. Very many congratulations. Innisk, you are the escape artist. Oh, I'll turn the light back on and sit down again now. Very well played, sir. You are the escape artist. You get to leave prison. Everyone else is here forever. That's how the game works. Let me just take a look, because this is a game where actually it doesn't like to iterate the medals. So, Innes, this is a record. You are now the only player to have been the escape artist 5 times. You were tied with Toot in 4. You have now superseded him, and you will go top of the escape artist leaderboard. 5 escapes, which is absolutely sensational. Yeah, very well played. I mean, how many times have we played this then? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There have been 27 escapes from the escape artist. Although, bear in mind, there have been a number of games where no one escapes. So we've played at least 27 games, plus however many no escapes, which is at least, must be at least 10. We played this game 37 times in the last 2-ish years, because it's around about the 2-year anniversary, probably just over 2 years, actually. Let me show you the lobby scores and the points and pennies that are going to be paid out come the end of the game. There are your standings. Lupine taking 85 pennies away, Innes taking 75 away, Samson and Jack taking 70 away, Ape and Apoda taking 65, Riff taking 60, It's Otley Shapes, A Run taking 55, Brand New Halo, AB Me, Jogging taking 50, Clive, BC, Bips and Pips taking 45, Fired Prugs, Mogra, Cycle Space all taking 40, Simpsons Angle takes 35 pennies out, Pyro Pygmy, Curse Took and Silent Marine all take 30, G-Eisens to Daru take 25, Dragon and Puzzle Dan and Energy take 20, Skypes takes 15, Disco takes 10, and Suzala and Notacat take 5. I do need to possibly bump this to 10 pennies per question rather than 5 pennies per question, I think. But yeah, there we go. So, thank you very much to Now Cut That Out and to Colo. Now Cut That Out for writing and Colo for proofing. It's been a very, very exciting edition of The Escape Artist. No Escape is the all-time. I think No Escape probably is the all-time leader, yeah. Voice chat are applauding, nice. Inca is the only one to escape with the treasure. Thank you for your selfless contribution to that, too. And just despite stealing my EA record. My first stream was your first escape, so back at the end of Series 1. Yeah, it would have been. Right towards the tail end of Season 1, because I remember I piloted The Purge in between Season 1 and Season 2. So that's going back to 2020, that is. Goodness me, long, long time ago. And of course, before I started keeping track of the seasons properly, there was a lot of Danger Zone and Countdown before that. So, yeah, this has been going on a little while now. And we've come a long, long way. But yeah, The Escape Artist is now the oldest game still in its original form, still to be played. So that's an achievement for it right there. I don't think it looks terrible, considering. There's probably a lot I could do to improve that. I do want to remake it at some point, but all in good time. Right, we'll do Spacey 4 game. Give you a chance to win some bonus pennies, a couple of games of that. I think I'll try and beat the bee tonight as well. Bracing for Time Shock. I got my application in this week, so yes, I'm going to give the Time Shock a go this year. And yeah, very much looking forward to that on the 11th day of Quizmas over on the Bashers channel. But I'll do all the continuity and all the rest of it in just a moment. Do stick around. Spacey 4 game and Beat the Bee coming up very shortly. And still more time to apply as well. Thanks again to Toot for that pack, to Coda for proofing, and very many congratulations to Innes. You are the Escape Artist. Sorry about putting the credits slightly out of sync there. I went to take a screenshot, which I've put in discussion, because it says apparently nobody escaped, which is and the reason I've logged it as such is because obviously it wasn't working, and someone very much did escape, and it was Innes, so I'll have to go manually add that medal on. The pennies still should all iterate okay, which is great. Oh, hello, Toad Boy. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to you. Hope you're keeping well. Right, I can pop that into the used folder. I need to go and add that medal on later on. Let's pop the camera back on just a moment. Yeah, huge thanks to Toot and Colo for their efforts on that pack between them. For Toot for writing, to Colo for proofing, and again, huge congrats to Innes becoming the Escape Artist for the 5th time, the only person to do that. So very, very well played there. We're going to do some Spacey 4 games. An opportunity for you to win some bonus pennies. If you fancy them, just loading up the build, and then we'll do that. Come on, game. There we go. And so, if you want to chance some bonus pennies, you know the drill by now, and if you don't, it's fairly straightforward. Left to right. This would be a good hackbox game. Right, 260 pennies going to the winner. One of these columns will be dumped into the endless vastness of space, and the other column will also be dumped into the endless vastness of space, but their names will persist in the middle. So, what have we got coming up? Next week's looking very exciting, actually. I'm quite excited about next week. 270 pennies, in case anyone else wants to come and join. I know there'll probably be a couple of last-minute stragglers. Yeah, still gravity. It's obviously in orbit or something. There we go. There's BC coming in to push everyone out the door who went left. Dragon, Puzzle, Dan, Curse, Toucan, Jogging, 5 Bips and Pips, a run at Toadboy, Amy, Innes, Jack, Jers, Lupine, and Simpsons Angle. You progress to the next level. Left or right, 30 seconds. 280 pennies going to the winner of this game. Just A, B, me we're waiting on now. Who goes left? Pretty evenly matched here. 7 aside, and it's the right side that drops this time. Dragon, Jogging, Bips and Pips, a run, A, B, me, Innes, and Jers progress to the next level. My 100% first guess failure rate is intact. Nice. That's quite an achievement, actually, Abe. A run going left, Innes going right. For any more. There's everyone in. 4 going right, 3 going left. Who's going to survive? It's the lefties. We're down to 3. Jogging, a run, and Jers. You only play 5 games, but still, that's pretty good. Pretty good going. And for 280 pennies, Jogging, a run, and Jers. Which way are you going? Jers goes right. Run goes left. And Jogging goes left. Okay. Just drop it down to the last 3 seconds. And Jers, you're the last man standing. Very well played. You have won 280 pennies. Nicely done. And that should be updated in the app right now. I need to give you some escape bonuses as well. Let's do that. What's that, Prugs? Again? Go on then. We can go one more time. Why not? Escape 51, because I'm not giving you any escape artist pennies. But while you're typing that, left or right, take 2. Wait, Minky's going left. Looking to preserve his streak some more. Oh, hey Claire. Welcome to the stream. You've got until this timer runs out to claim this escape bonus, escape 51, if you would like 51 pennies. 220 pennies in so far. Any more for any more? Wanted to bump the count. 10 pennies added to the jackpot for every player who joins the game on level 1. It's 230 now. Last 10 seconds. I'm gonna stop that bonus. Toot's going left. BC's going left. And once again plummets into the cold, empty vastness of space. And Minky's record is intact. 6 out of 6. Nicely done. 250 pennies going to the winner of this game. Lupine, Tadaru, Claire, Pyro, Jack, a run, Jogging, Prugs, Jers, Dragon. Oh, and me. Cool. Let's go join Lupine. Over on the left. Last 5 seconds for Dragon. Goes right. Whee! Out we go. Leaving Tadaru, Claire, Jack, Jogging, Stimpson's Angle, Jers again, and Dragon. Jers won the last one. Is he about to win a second? Oh, I'm sorry, Arun. I don't know what I was thinking. It's almost like I don't know what it's going to do. Because genuinely, this build doesn't decide I think you have to type right in full, Jack. This build genuinely doesn't decide which way it's going to go until it opens the door. You have to type the full word, Jack. There you go. So, 5 on the right, 2 on the left. And it's the left who dropped. Tadaru, Claire, Jack, Jogging, and Stimson's angle remain. 250 pennies going to the winner. I'm going to beat the B as well. See if we can beat the B. I haven't won. I think I won last time. I haven't actually done it for a while, so see what happens. Oh, everyone's in. 3 on one side, 2 on the other. Let's kill that countdown. And it's the right side that dropped, leaving Daru and Jogging. Final decision to be made. Is it going to be left or right? Daru goes right. And Jogging goes left. We are going to have a winner for 250 pennies. Who's it going to be? It's Jogging! Tadaru, you've dropped into the icy coldness of space. And Jogging, you have won 250 pennies. Nicely done, nicely done. Good stuff. Right, just time to beat the B. And since we are still Time Shock adjacent, or in the advent of Time Shock, I should say, we are going to do it to the Time Shock music tonight. So let's close that down, and then I'll tell you about all of the lovely things coming up in the next week or so. Alright, that's the music. I know it's working. Is there a poll? Has there been a prediction done? I thought I saw one. Ben win 26% backing me to win, 74% backing me to lose. But only 7 people actually voted in this. 2 backing me to win and 5 backing me to lose. I don't know if it didn't get seen, but not many people wagering on this. Maybe everyone's far too busy trying to get in left or right. I was only up briefly. I mean, I can do another one. Fine. What could be fun? Yeah, I think that poll might have been missed. So I'm just wondering if I can delete that. Yeah. Delete return point. What I'm going to do is actually run it during, over the course of it. So yeah, score, if we can run it for 1 minute, starting sort of now-ish, and then I'll start about 30 seconds in. Oh, fair enough, James. Yeah, let's get a proper poll going on. So that's moved. Hello, Topper. Home time to catch the best one. Good man. Hope you keep it well, my dude. And I hope your duck has found a suitable home. And I hope you can still hear me, because I've just shut my microphone up there. So, that prediction is live. 60 seconds now. Good stuff. So, if you want to predict now, I'm going to start in about 30 seconds. I'm racing Time Shock. We're all shuffled up, ready to go. So, do get your votes in. I'm not solving, I'm still shuffling now. I'm going to stand for this so you all can see. Genuinely, I'm not solving, just shuffling. Right, now I'm going to stop shuffling and I'm going to examine. Right, less than 30 seconds, go. Time Shock. That was very close. I don't want to call, but I'll let score judge. I think I lost. Yeah. Shit. Take the. There are no stickers. It's not a sticker cube. I have to spin in my chair now. Do I? Okay. Oh shit! Ow! I'll take out the filing cabinet. There we go. Sorry. What a profit! Yeah, well done if you've done that. I felt I got off to a good start there, but that's the way it goes, isn't it? Right. What have we got going on? Because there's lots going on. Now, there's something very important, actually, that I need to say. I'm not sure what Bash is doing next week. Bash, are you here? I see you in VC, but your schedule has run out, and I don't think you're starting Quizmas until Friday. You can't hear me? Is my mic off? Have I turned the mic off? No, mic's on. You can't hear me? Can anyone hear me? Oh, I'm fine. Okay, good. Bash, what you doing? Before I move on, fine. Paging Ash the Bash. I know, he'll come around and tell us in a minute. In the meanwhile, go follow Topper, because he's on tomorrow, and he's doing Strike It Lucky and Money Bags. Strike It Lucky and Money Bags, 8 p.m. GMT over on Topper's channel tomorrow. Don't know what Bash is doing on Wednesday, but I'm pretty sure he said he was starting Quizmas on Friday. So the first day of Quizmas, shared Time Shocks tests start on Monday. Quizmas starts Friday. Great. The Quizmas, which is a joint venture between myself and Bash, the 12 days of Quizmas. We have 6 streams each where there are prizes across the gamut of Ash and I at some point. I'm probably going to have a conversation this week at some point about how it's going to work. I need to update the advent calendar and stuff as well, because, there's an advent calendar, which is cool. And Quiz Shock applications close in 6 days. So Quizmas starts with Bash on Friday at 8 p.m. GMT. He will probably be doing something on Wednesday, though. What? I don't know. I need to cash in some pennies. I will do those shortly for you, BC. As for me, next week. Now, Hacker on Tuesday by Dragon. We've then got Danger Zone by Brian, bhuang888. And also the first proper game of Google That, Noogle That, which has Quizzles Pack, which is going to be from a couple of weeks back, which the game broke and then I completely buggered up the build. So that is getting played on Tuesday alongside Danger Zone by Brian. So that will be a really good stream. So make sure you pop along for that. Thursday, where's his birthday stream? Relativity and Outright and Shenanigans. Oh, birthday with Bash. So go give him a follow. And hello, Bash, by the way. Go follow him. 8 p.m. GMT on Wednesday. Birthday stream with Ash on Wednesday. And then Quizmas starting on the Friday. Thursday with me this week, I've got Number Wang at the beginning. I've then got only, I think, the second or possibly maybe the third pack I've written this season, which is unusual. And it's the Pyramid. And I've written a very special Pyramid pack, which I'm very much looking forward to sharing with you. So if you're around on Thursday from 8 o'clock, very much looking forward to sharing that with you. Not very often I get particularly excited about my writing, but... and less exciting Christmas stream news coming tomorrow from Topper. Full setup schedule now. Thank you, Strike Kaboo. Welcome to the stream. Thursday is Pyramid by me. Number Wang at the beginning. And then we've got Money Box by Proogs, I believe. Yes, Money Box from Proogs. So that'll be good fun. So that's Tuesday and Thursday for me next week. Hacker, Danger Zone, and Google That on Tuesday. Number Wang, The Pyramid, as written by me, and Moneybox by Proogs on Thursday. I am not streaming next Saturday. I have got a gig that I'm singing, and so I'm not going to be here. But Topper is going to be streaming on his channel in my absence. And if you haven't had enough of my writing on Thursday, my checklist pack is going to be being played over on Topper's channel, 8 p.m. GMT on Saturday. Next Saturday, I am not here. Do not come here. I will not be streaming because I'm out at a gig. But Topper will be in my absence. The Church of the Resurrection in... Farlington, I think. What are we doing? Puccini. Messa de Gloria and Vaughan Williams' overture on carols or symphony on carols or something like that. I've got to I've got to look at the solo parts this week because I haven't really looked at them at all yet. But so that'll be fun. So yeah, no stream next Saturday, but I'm here Tuesday and Thursday. Ash is here Wednesday for birthday fun and the start of Quizmas on Friday. Topper's going to be here next Saturday in my absence, and also next Sunday with Elimination and Rebound. That's Sunday week for Topper. He's also got Slam next Saturday to go with my checklist pack. And then after that, we are into Quizmas proper. The week after that, I'll be doing the second day of Quizmas on the 6th of December and all the fun of the fair that comes with that. Prizes, great Christmas trivia, and very much looking forward to that indeed. That's about all I've got time for tonight, because we are 10:30. I'm not sure if there's anything going on over in the Bash server. There normally is, so you go and head on over there. But if you fancy some more Twitch stuff, is anyone to raid? Is anyone on tonight? GDQ's on. Tomb Raider 5, Sonic Mania. Joey is doing Sonic 2 speedruns. Is he still going? I'll go raid to Joey. Haven't raided Joey forever. Yeah, we'll give Joey a raid. And we'll say Inca goes 5. Inca's just becoming the subject of the raid messages now. Inca goes 5. It's going to be the raid message, but we'll go over and see... we'll go over and we will see Joey doing some Sonic 2 speedruns. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I've got my IRL quiz tomorrow night, so again, I'm not going to, unfortunately, won't be able to be with Toppers, but do go and give him a follow and tune into what's going on. Birthday stream with Bash on Wednesday. I'll try and make an appearance there, and I'll definitely make an effort to be there for the opening of Quizmas on Friday. I'm going to be here Tuesday and Thursday next week, and yeah, until then, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be absolutely splendid and wonderful and marvellous and safe as always. I'm going to set up the raid, and we're going to go and say Inca goes 5. Until next time, you've been watching Game Night playing The Escape Artist and Cryptex and Crossfire tonight, and be wonderful as ever. I've been Royal Flush. You've been watching Game Night. Until next time, take care. Peace out and good night.
Smart.